Hey guys, Quigon Quasar here, back again with another Mass Effect kind of Andromeda video. In this video, I'm actually going to be playing Mass Effect 3. I got sick of the server problems with Mass Effect Andromeda. I thought it would be pretty damn interesting to see how Mass Effect 3 sizes up to Mass Effect Andromeda now, because I haven't actually played this game since the release of Andromeda. I thought it would be really weird to just jump in and see how it feels. And believe me, it feels really weird. Like, it feels so strange. The graphics are insanely worse. They are so much worse, and it feels so much more like sluggish as well at the same time. It just feels a lot less responsive and it just feels so strange. But at the same time, the servers work. I can jump into a multiplayer match. There's that. It has got an upgrade via that, because at least the servers work. I do not know how the controls work. I don't think I'm playing as the Turian Infiltrator. I never played as the Turian Infiltrator. I only really got into infiltrators once Mass Effect Andromeda came around. I never really played as an infiltrator sort of character before then. But Jesus Christ, this feels so strange. I'm playing a bronze match. I thought I would be, pretty damn terrible at this, but I'm doing alright. Well, it is bronze, but I think I'm doing okay. I'm not doing, absolutely terribly, but oh my god, it feels so strange. Honestly, it feels so different. I would recommend all of you to go and try Mass Effect 3 if you've got it, obviously. After playing Mass Effect Andromeda, it feels so strange. And Mass Effect Andromeda, or the Mass Effect series, is one of those sort of series that will always hold up no matter how old it gets. Even, Mass Effect 1, the combat system, the mechanics, they are incredibly old and dated. Mass Effect 1 I'm talking about. But even then, it's still fun. It's one of those games, it's amazing. It's got perfect story. It is absolutely awesome. That's what Mass Effect is. So it's, a bad combat mechanic is kind of forgivable, especially considering how old Mass Effect 1 is. But it feels okay. Honestly, it does feel okay. Obviously, it feels very sluggish and unresponsive, and you haven't got the constant, booster jets, things that are in, I think it's in your back or your boots. You haven't got those. Where, in Mass Effect Andromeda you have those. That is a big difference. It feels very strange. I can't swap shoulders. I feel very stuck to the floor. The frame rate keeps dropping as well. I haven't missed that. I haven't missed the frame rate drops of the last gen consoles. But this feels so strange. The graphics hold up pretty damn well though. Obviously they're not Mass Effect Andromeda graphics, but they hold up okay. They do hold up okay. Probably gonna do a couple of videos, sort of like a nostalgic video. I have no idea what I'm gonna call this, or call these like a series where I play Mass Effect 3. I'm not gonna do a series. I think I just want to play a few matches of Mass Effect 3. Not in this video. We're just gonna be doing this match. I just wanted to join a multiplayer match, see how different it feels, and believe me, it feels really strange. And in terms of multiplayer. I love Mass Effect 3. I love Mass Effect 3 anyway, but in terms of multiplayer, it very, sizes up very well to Mass Effect Andromeda, in the sense that the multiplayer is still very fun to play. It's not like, oh, it's aged and it's just boring now. It's very fun to play. I do enjoy it a lot. Still, I could play it. I could sit down and play 8 hours of it now and not get bored at all, because it's just that good of a game. I just realized you haven't got the compass at the top of the screen to tell you where the enemies are. You just sort of have to roam around and hope that you come across an enemy at some point. I just missed that shot. I'm using that Mantis sniper rifle, which is, is that gun even in Mass Effect Andromeda? I haven't seen the Mantis in Mass Effect Andromeda yet. I don't even know if it is in Mass Effect Andromeda. One thing I do like more than in Andromeda is the enemy types. A lot more varied, and the factions, a lot more varied, a lot more interesting. That being said, I think they added like 2 extra factions via the DLCs. I know they definitely added the Collectors. We're playing against the Reapers right now, but they actually added the Collectors as an enemy faction in one of the DLCs. It wasn't in day 1. They might do the same with Mass Effect Andromeda. I just prefer the Reapers as an enemy. I'm not talking about the Ket. The Ket are very interesting and awesome to fight, but in terms of what I prefer to fight, the Reapers or the Collectors or the Remnant. I'd prefer to fight the Reapers. I find the Reapers or the Collectors a little bit more interesting, or quite a bit more interesting. That being said, I haven't played the campaign of Mass Effect Andromeda yet, so I don't know how interesting they are going to be in the story. I'm just talking about how interesting and fun they are to fight in the multiplayer. But then again, there's some things you'll never be able to build beat. What the hell was that freaking thing? Just freaking duck walking towards me. You'll never really be able to beat the originals in some sense, and that's always the case with films and games. But I do love the Reapers. I'll always love the Reapers and and the collectors in terms like the Reapers. They're just awesome. Like not just the actual Reapers, but the faction. The Reapers as a faction, very awesome. Like the Banshees, they're terrifying. You haven't really got any like terrifying enemies. Do you remember the Banshees? What's screaming now? I remember when I first came across those things. They honestly made me clench, like bum clench. I needed to change my underwear after that. They are terrifying, even on bronze, even after so long, like sort of witnessing them. What the hell? That guy's bum textures weren't very HD, were they? Even now, they are very terrifying for me. And you don't really have that in Mass Effect Andromeda yet. Like, there's no multiplayer faction. I guess the Fiends are quite terrifying when they get up close, but that's only because they can bash your skull in with one punch. They're not actually, like, straight up terrifying. Or at least in my opinion, they're not straight up terrifying. Whereas the Banshees in this are absolutely terrifying. Then again, though, obviously the Reapers are... Yeah, I think the Reapers are scarier than the Ket. And, like, more of a sort of an intimidating... enemy faction than the Ket or the, the Collectors were. How do you freaking hit in this? Okay, so it's B in this. I was pressing Y and nothing was happening. I think Y is change weapon in this, I believe, if I remember correctly. This freaking Husk, though, freaking twerking all the way over there. Could not shoot him. My accuracy is not great. It feels very, very different to Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, really different to Mass Effect Andromeda. Jesus, this gun's like nearly maxed out in terms of the damage. I haven't got a sniper rifle apart from the eye. I guess it's like the Ice Ray. The Ice Ray that I've done a few videos in Mass Effect Andromeda. I guess it's sort of like sort of the same sort of level of damage as the Ice Ray. It's almost maxed out, like almost maximum damage. They haven't really got a character in this. Another thing I noticed is they've got much more sort of diverse characters in this than in Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer. Again, that being said, in Mass Effect 3 they added a lot of the multiplayer characters later on via DLCs and stuff like that. I didn't play the game, or I didn't play the multiplayer from day one. I didn't have Xbox Live at that point, so I don't know how many like characters there were available at that point, from day one. I don't know if there was more than more characters available on day one for Mass Effect 3 than on Mass Effect Andromeda day one, and how many there is available in Mass Effect Andromeda now. I don't know if there was more in Mass Effect 3 than on Mass Effect Andromeda, but all I know is they added a lot via the DLCs. Also, they haven't really done any map packs. Well, they haven't done any map packs for Mass Effect Andromeda yet. They've done, I think they've done 2 like, single standalone maps, but they haven't actually done any map packs. So it hasn't really given them a chance to add any like main like bulk of content yet. I don't know if they plan to or not. Maybe they're going to be doing it differently, like just one map at a time, one map every couple of weeks, maybe. I don't know. That works too. That's like a good steady stream of maps as well. But honestly, it feels so different. The graphics are honestly very different, but the graphics do hold up well. What I said in another video, I think I did record that video like 2-3 days ago. I was talking about how much I really want a Mass Effect original trilogy remaster, so like Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. This would just be so good to play Mass Effect 3, and like I said, the other 2 games with remastered graphics. That would just be so freaking cool and so awesome. Just playing this just makes me want to even more want to see it in better graphics and the Mass Effect Andromeda graphics, and also the gameplay. Some of the gameplay, some of the combat would be good to have sort of Mass Effect Andromeda combat and gameplay, especially on Mass Effect 1, because Mass Effect 1 can be pretty damn rough to play because of its dated combat mechanics and movement mechanics. I'm gonna move the hell out of the way of that dude though. I guess I'm about to squash me. I guess that's kind of like the Fiend. To be fair though, whilst that is kind of like the Fiend of Mass Effect 3, that is nowhere near as terrifying or as big as the Fiends. If you know what the Fiends are, they're like the big gorilla, like space gorillas of the Ket faction in Mass Effect Andromeda. The brutes, the Reaper brute troops, they are nowhere near as scary as the Fiends. But I don't think anything comes close to being as freaky as those goddamn Banshees in the Reaper faction. I've also noticed the multiplayer matches seem to be longer in Mass Effect 3. They go up to I think they go up to wave 11 as opposed to wave 7. In Mass Effect Andromeda, they go up to wave 7. I don't know if the waves last longer. They do seem to last a little bit longer in Mass Effect Andromeda, but it feels like I'm looking at how long I'm recording now, and we're only on what wave we're on now. Oh, we're on wave 11 now. I think the multiplayer matches may go on a little bit longer than in Andromeda, maybe. But then again, that being said, the maps are a damn sight smaller. One spot where, without a doubt, Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer beats Mass Effect 3's is the map design and everything. I think it beats Mass Effect 3's multiplayer in many ways, like in terms of gameplay and all the fundamental basics of it. Mass Effect Andromeda obviously wins. But in terms of like the factions, the enemy types, I do obviously prefer the Reapers and the Collectors to fight those guys than than the Remnants. I think my least favorite faction of the Mass Effect Andromeda Multiplayer is the Remnants. I find them, they're just like a bunch of chicken walking robots. They look like robot chickens, honestly. They're cool and everything. I just don't think they're as quite as entertaining and fun to fight as the the Reapers are, or the Collectors. The Reapers and the Collectors are my favorite. It would be cool to see like a new faction being added to Mass Effect Andromeda, not just in the multiplayer but also in the campaign. Because I'm pretty sure that they'll do single player campaign, DLC at some point for Mass Effect Andromeda, like they did with Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, I believe. I think they did this. Yeah, they did do single player DLC for all of them. So I don't see why they would do anything different or not do that for Mass Effect 3. I'm looking forward to that though. Maybe I'm hoping they'll add a new faction via the campaign DLC, but also sort of allow that to spill over to the multiplayer DLC as well. But I would like to see a new faction, maybe something more sort of monster-like. I know the Ket are quite sort of monster alien-like, but I'd like to see something very sort of, I don't know, like scary and sort of horror-like. Something like the Husks, something kind of zombie-like or dead, or yeah, I guess they're like the Reaper troops, not actually the Reapers, but the Reaper troops like the Husks and the Cannibals. Technically, they're like undead. They're like dead. Dead. Oh crap! I'm about to freaking miss the evac. They're kind of like dead troops and dead. Did I just sacrifice full extraction? Yeah, I did. I'm a total douche. But yeah, like I was saying, I would like to see like maybe some more, at least in my opinion, more interesting factions being added to Mass Effect Andromeda. It's cool going back and sort of experiencing this and playing Mass Effect 3 and the other Mass Effects as well. Just to sort of get a feel, sort of remind you what they were like, and so it allows you to sort of compare them. I would urge all of you guys to go and do the same. I don't know, it's a cool little like retrospective kind of, and it's fun. The Mass Effect 3 is still really fun, but it feels so strange. It really does feel strange. I don't think I'm ever gonna do a Mass Effect 1 video. Obviously, I will if they do a remaster of it. I hope to God they do. But I think if I did a Mass Effect 1 video, I think it would feel very strange, very weird. Just like the gameplay, that's like massively different to Andromeda's. Whereas the Mass Effect 3 gameplay compared to Andromeda's gameplay, it operates on the same sort of basis, and it's still sort of the same in a way, but it still feels very different. It's crazy going back on this and just feeling the difference. It feels like you're constantly stuck to the floor. Obviously, you can't jump, you can't boost. Feels very strange, but you guys should definitely try it out. Anyway, that's going to do it for this short video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. It would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. If you want to see any more of my content, definitely stick around and subscribe, because I'm going to be making more Mass Effect Andromeda videos than any other YouTuber. So if you enjoy my content, like I said, stick around and subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.